Okay, this is the Game is on 100 here with a video, and in this video I'm going to be talking about the Chicago Cubs season coming to an end. Let's get started. The Chicago Cubs ended up not winning this NLCS this year. They improved dramatically overall as a team. I am a Cubs fan myself. I know I don't do Cubs videos. I normally do Bears videos. But I am a Cubs fan at heart, and what I gotta take from this season, what would I do, what the Cubs should do coming up in the off season to get better. All I gotta say is what a run it was for the Cubs this year, bringing up all their prospects up, bringing up their rookies to come up, bringing up Bryant, Schwarber, Russell, Soler. Bringing up those guys to the main roster was a huge move of what the Cubs did this year with their acquiring Joe Maddon this past offseason to coach the team, to be the manager of the team, was absolutely outstanding this year. The Cubs surprised a lot of people this year. They surprised me. They surprised everyone a year earlier than expected, but everything was clicking on all cylinders. And from the Cubs standpoint, it was a good run. The Cubs won 97 games. That is pretty impressive. Winning 97 games under a new manager coming in, bringing up all the talent. Because when Theo Epstein, when he took over the Cubs in 2011, when he came in as the president of operations, he told the fans, be patient, we're going to suck for 3-4 years, and in 3-4 years time, we will be good. And that's what Theo Epstein did. Theo Epstein, when he came in, he completely cleaned house. He got rid of all the high-priced talent. He had to I know Tom Ricketts had to eat the contracts of the Cubs players who they had to get rid of, the older talent. The last talent to leave the Cubs was Alfonso Soriano. That was the last piece of Theo Epstein and Tom Ricketts. They wanted to get that last piece, move that out of there, and have a very low payroll to not be as good. They said, hey, we're not going to be good in a few years. We're going to suck. And the Cubs did suck. But what did they get in return? They said if you work within it, you'll be good. And what did the Cubs do? The Cubs did great drafting. The players that they acquired from drafting and trading was key for what the Cubs is doing right now. We got a great group of young talent coming in. We got a great farm system that we have right now. And all I got to say is everything was clicking on all cylinders with the rookies. Everything was coming together with all the rookies that came in. The Chris Bryant, Kyle Schwarber, Jorge Soler, Addison Russell, when they all came in, coming in this year. The Cubs has had a good foundation moving forward. And now, since the Cubs is doing this now, Tom Ricketts said he's not going to spend the money until we are good. Now, the Cubs got their manager, got the young group of talent, and now Tom Ricketts said he's going to spend the money. That's what Tom Ricketts wanted to do. He wanted to get the talent, and then when we get the talent, then spend the money. So I wouldn't be surprised if this offseason the Cubs sign another big arm pitcher, because the Cubs, from what I could tell from this standpoint, we need starting pitching. What I noticed during this series, I know we have Arrieta. He's going to be here for the future. I know we got John Lester. He signed for 6 years, $155 million. He's going to be our number 2. Arrieta's number 1. Lester's number 2. I'm not sure for number 3, 4, or 5. but they had Hendricks and Hamill. And at the last brief set, they had Dan Heron was at the last part. So I wouldn't be surprised if the Cubs get an arm in the pitching, get a strong arm pitcher, get a top free agent pitcher to come in to work with these three. Then the Cubs will have something going. The relief pitching is pretty good. Don't have a complaint about the relief pitching. It's just that we need to get another starter. I know Kyle Hendricks was decent, but from what I could tell, majority of his pitches are slow. He throws so slow. He throws in the mid to upper 80s. You know, it's almost like he almost has the arm of a Greg Maddux. Not the young Greg Maddux, but an older version of a Greg Maddux. That when he came back to the Cubs. And I don't know what they got to do, but the Cubs has to do something with their pitching staff to get it better. The talent is here. We got Schwarber. He's going to be doing outfield next year. He's going to be doing outfield. We got Bryant at third. We got Rizzo at first. Addison Russell's going to be the shortstop. Castro, he's going to probably be sticking around. I know there was some talk about him possibly being traded or whatever. I don't know what's going to happen. But we do have Javi Baez. He's an important tool for this. And we'll see what the Cubs will do in this offseason. All they know is they got basically the same players back next year. Their young talent is still coming around, and anything is looking positive for the Cubs this year. I want to give my hats to the New York Mets. It was the power hitting against the power pitching. Unfortunately, the power pitching won this series. I got to give it to the Mets. They play their game, and I'd like to give their congratulations for winning. No one didn't expect them. No one didn't expect the Cubs to get to the NLCS. They all expected the St. Louis Cardinals was going to be getting there no problem. So you take it for what it is. My prediction that I'm going for in the World Series, whoever wins it, either the Royals or the Blue Jays, whoever wins, they're going to take out the Mets. If it's the Kansas City Royals, Kansas City's going to probably win. That's my take on that. Anyways, good season for the Cubs this year. Winning 97 games is a big feat. No one didn't expect the Cubs to win 97 games this year. They came out a surprise, and unfortunately, the Back to the Future 2 prediction didn't come true. Cubs didn't win the World Series this year. It kind of sucks that it didn't happen, but it would have been the greatest sports prediction of all time if that did happen, but it didn't. So, starting tomorrow, it's going to be Back to the Future 2 Day, October 21st, 2015, will be in the past. So, there you go. This is The Game Is On 100. I am out. Later.